Financial planners. Do you actually own your own book of business? Are you sure? When's the last time you read the small print in your contract? Listen, joining me today on Top Dog Tips is financial planning expert and business brokerage owner Matthew Stewart, who's going to share some tips on how you can grow your financial services business. Hey, welcome to today's show on Top Dog Tips, no BS business expert advice. Today's expert is financial planner, expert, and business broker owner Matthew Stewart. Hey, Matthew, welcome to the show.
Hi, Greg. Thank you very much for having me.
So, Matthew, in today's volatile and unpredictable business world, so much stuff is going on. I think experienced and knowledgeable and credible financial planners are more in demand now than ever. But however, one of the rumors that I heard was a lot of financial planners don't really own their own book of business. Is this actually true?
Unfortunately, yes, it is true, Greg. And I found this lesson out the very hard way myself after I spent 5.5 years with the firm that I started with in the industry.
Wow, it's got to be devastating, right? I mean, when you're dealing with people for their financial planning, you get really close to them. There's that know, like, and trust effort that it takes to build up the relationship, and to find out that you actually don't own that relationship, it's got to sting.
It absolutely did.
Well, what are the top three things that financial planners can do or need to do right away to, start addressing this situation?
Great question, Greg. And I would say number one is get educated, not only yourself, but about your company and the industry as a whole. Just learn what else is out there. And number two is actually take time to read your agreement, read your contract that you signed with the firm that you're at. That's how I found out, unfortunately, that I didn't own my own clients.
Come on, nobody reads a small print. You know that.
Yeah, of course not. Especially as a young, 21-year-old. I was just excited to get going. And
Right.
number three is really take time to put a business plan together. Think about what you want to get out of your business, not just over the next 12 months, but maybe the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and maybe even the next 50 years. Start thinking about your legacy for yourself and for your children, or maybe even your children's children.
Excellent, Matthew. So top three tips are: get educated, read the fine print, and treat your business like you would a real business, because it is a real business, especially after you figure out if you own it or not. Great. So you alluded to the fact that you had a personal experience or story. So what is your story? What brought you to this point?
Thank you for asking, Greg. For myself, like I said, I was able to get started in the industry at age 21. And I'm very, very grateful that I was able to. But I was young, a little dumb, maybe a little naive, and I didn't take time to read that agreement. So I started with one of the big financial planning and recruiting firms here in Alberta, in Canada. And it wasn't until 5.5 years later, even though I had reached the top contract levels and top ranks within that company, I found out the very hard lesson that I didn't own my own clients. I didn't even own my own business. They did. So in my 15 years now in the financial world, that is the single hardest lesson I've had to learn. And unfortunately, in retrospect, it was my own fault, because it's clearly stated in their contract, in their agreement, that this company owns the clients and not me.
Yeah, I keep hearing, read the fine print, read the fine print. I think I'm gonna have to go and review a couple of my contracts that are outstanding. So, that's fantastic. So maybe tell us a little bit about your business. What are you doing these days, Matthew?
Thanks for asking, Greg. My business now looks completely different. When I left that firm, what I did do is I made a commitment to myself that I will never go anywhere again in the financial world where I don't have ownership of my business and my clients from day one. So that's what I did. I branched out just to be an independent advisor. But I found the downside about being an independent advisor, it's an incredibly lonely world, right? Nobody really wants to give you any help or support. You're really on your own. So now, fast forward to today, I'm so grateful to be able to have my partnership with Experior Financial Group, where I'm able to attract people not only from brand new into the industry, but all different walks of life, all different areas of the industry. And the reason is really simple. One, you get to be able to take home more compensation, a bigger slice of the pie. So you get to win more for your family. Number two, as we've talked a lot about, is ownership. You actually have contractual ownership of your clients, your business from day one. And then number three is legacy. So for me, that was huge with a young family, 2 young boys. I always want to be able to think, what am I building not only for my family now, but for my family for the future?
Wow. Those are all some very, very compelling reasons that, if you're a financial planner, you're out there, you know what, it's worth the phone call. Give Matthew a call or reach out to him and just, I'm sure there's no obligation, but you know what, it could be one of the most important calls that you'll ever make. So Matthew, if people wanted to reach out to you and get a hold of you, what's the best way to connect with you?
They would be welcome to email me. My email is really simple. It's Matthew, so MATTHEW at masbrokerage.com. And also, all of my information will be in the banner below.
Good. Fantastic. Okay, that's great. Thank you, Matthew. That's all the time we have for today's episode of Top Dog Tips. So today has been financial planning expert and business brokerage owner, Matthew Stewart. So if you liked what you saw, be sure to like, comment, share, tell all your friends, subscribe to our YYC Business channel, and we'll see you on our next exciting episode of Top Dog Tips, No BS Business Expert Advice.